Hi guys, today I want to figure out how to actually edit a photo that we have uploaded through our user interface. So let's get started and move to coding. So last time, what we have done was, let's see, we had this photo store method and the photo create. Okay, we need to build a view, so a new photo component to edit our actual um, model into database. So let's figure out how to do that. So what I will need is another route similar to this one, but it should show a form that we can use to edit the resource. So let's say photos slash edit. Next, we want to render an inertia component with namespace of admin, and it's gonna be called edit. I mean, just for now, but then, before we actually move any forward, first we will figure out how to implement this route and the other one for actually updating the resource. But then what I want to do is actually to refactor everything we have done so far and move all these methods inside a proper controller. So let's see. Instead of calling this route photos.create, we will call it photo.edit. Right, so now we need to create a component called photo edit inside the admin namespace. Right here. Okay, well, actually, the component is pretty much identical to this one, I think. All right, so let's rename this photo edit dot view, and then what else? While it's saving the file, I can do just rename the page tab to edit. There is a typo here. Edit. All right. Wait a minute. Okay. Photo edit. No, not this one. The other one. Photo create. Photo edit. Okay. No, that's the right one. Close this one. Right. It seems it's not saving again. No, it's saved. Right. Okay. So now we need to update this model, this component here. So the first thing is to change the title, of course. Edit photo, so we know where we are when we visit this page. Next, I need to change again this formatter. I'm gone. I remember I fixed that, but clearly it seems I've got to make the changes persistent. Right, yeah. Okay, so we need to change this. So what I want to do is to point this form to a different route. And the route is gonna be called update. We have we have to create this route first. So let's go back and create another route since we are here. And the other route is gonna be similar to this one, at least what it does, pretty much. We can comment out everything for now and time dump the entire request, but we need to change the URI. And we will edit this as the following. So photos, and then we need the placeholder for the single element, and then slash edit. Well, actually, that was the other one. Wait, photos like that without. Oh, no, we need the placeholder. Yeah, And here we need to specify what resource we want to edit. Yeah, and we say photo, and let me change also this one, and we need to pass the actual single element here, so the single model, and we use dependency injection. All right, okay, so this method should be used to save our to update our model. So we call it update, and then what else we need to do in this one? We need to pass the actual model right here as a prop, and we should pass an array with the title, with a key called photo, and then the value we are in PHP, so we use this function, this arrow to create the array, and is an associative array, so we need to pass this photo like that, and photo also here, because we won't know what kind of photo we are editing, and it should be a singular also down here. Right, okay, so we create this route. It's a get route that should show me the single a form that allow me to edit the single model. And then we render this component here, and then we need to pass this to the inertia renderer, so it will pass this second argument as a prop to our component. Okay, so next we call this request all just time dump the request when we actually figure out how to make the form work. Right, so now we need to update this one, but this route expects a parameter, so we need to pass this one too. We are writing inside the Vue component, so this is going to be a JavaScript element. So it's going to be like photo.id. So it's going to be the ID of the photo object that we are passing through as a component, and then to the component as a prop. And then what we need to do here, well, this one should be like props dot and then photo dot description. Okay, and this one can be null because it's gonna be the path that we will fill out when we add the actual file to our we update the actual file to the interface. So, but if I'm using props here, we need to pass this component the props object. Props, okay, and why you, okay, right, and then this function should, this method should accept the props as a parameter, so an attribute, and then so the setup accept this one as one of its parameters. Props is declared but never read. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So what props we have? We have like photo that is gonna be an object, because this is gonna be the single photo model that we retrieve from the database through this dependency injection right here when we actually type into the browser an ID of one of our photos. So photo, and then it's gonna be an object, and then the setup will use props. So we pass to this function the props that we have up here, so it is aware of them, and then we can use props.photo.description, and we should be able now to use the Vue model as it is, form.description, to see one of the, to see the result of the page. So let's go to localhost, login, yeah, password, it's gonna be password. Let's log in. Right. Right, yes. We can update this one. Let's try photos/34/edit. And we should see the photo right here. I mean, what I would like to see is the picture that was already uploaded. So the picture with an ID of 34, and be able to update this one to, for instance, Laravel Ipsum. And then when I hit this one, and I select one of the images right here, and I press save, I should be able, yes, to see this description that I have just typed and the path key with the illuminate uploaded file object. So it is working for a single image so far. That is what we have been working on. So it works, but now we need to figure out how to submit this one, because I'm quite sure we cannot put right here and submit the request as a put request, and we need to update this. Because it is not going to be like post request, but it need to be a put request. It needs to be like that. So this route will respond only to put requests, and I'm not sure we have this method available. Let's quickly check inside our Vue tab to see if the form object has some sort of put patch. Well, there is a patch and there is a put. Right, there are put and patch methods or than get method. Let's see if we can actually do that, perform a form.put as the request, but maybe it won't work. I mean, it should work, form.post and then the put and then the request, the ID for our model, and then we call this route function. So let's try again one more time, but this time using the other method, and see if this works. We can just hit the closure here and then update the code that needs to be updated. Right, so let's try again. So let's upload the file and then let's choose, well, this image. Right, yes. There is clearly something not working. I got an empty array instead of the array that we have seen before. Before it worked because the method was post on both my form dot, well, on this function was post instead of put. So let's put it back post. post. And if I remember correctly, this is already put request. This is going to be a post request. Well, in Laravel, what we usually do, we use the method inside the directive method inside the form, and then we specify a different method, because by default we can only submit from the form attribute, from the form method attribute, only two types of methods, get and post. So it probably seems like the same thing here, but if I'm not wrong, we might be able to do that. And then we specify the method as a string. And this should perform a similar thing that we were doing before using the blade directive. Well, what's going on? It seems to be there is an error. I remember it was a single underscore and then put path. I'm quite sure this is correct. Let's see if maybe VS Code is playing up. Maybe not, but just to double check. So maybe let's see what it says. It was expecting a comma. What? Why comma? Let's try it with double quotes. Yes, okay. It was a single quote that this formatter doesn't like clearly. Right, so we saved the file and then let's try again. Let's refresh this page. And let's try to submit another one. So my updated photo. And next we can click here. We need to also to update this. Let's go to pictures. Let's grab, I don't know, one of these. I got one from here, maybe. Let's grab just this one. Oh no, I like this one. Right, let's see if it works. All right, so we have the correct description. We have this method right here, so this key method, and this should be the one, same mark that we used to perform using the play directive, and then the path, and this is gonna be the file that we just uploaded, and it seems to be working. So now what we need to do, let's figure out. So all right, so we need to validate the request, and I would first check if there is a file attached to this request. So if let's do request as file, maybe as file, yes, and the key is going to be path. So if there is a file inside this request, we need to do something. So clearly there is no dependency injection right here, so let's do it. Or we can use just inline this one right here. So just do request. Right, so if request is a file, right, and the file has a key of path, what we want to do is to validate the path and say, well, this might end up in an error, I think. Let's see. So well, let's validate the path. Right. So I mean, actually, I need to go here. So we validate the path key, and I can delete this one and just say validate path. We'll refactor this later. So we validate data, but we want to add. No, actually, we can do like that. So we validate data like that if there is a path, and if there is no path, we should only validate the description. Right. So if the request has a path, I might not update the entire model, but in this case, the form will still have the value for this one. I need to research if there should be a request to 30 maybe. No, not here. Right. So let's just validate the request. So we validate the image. So if the image is valid, we can save it and back to the object, to the array later. So we made right. So the image, and that's it. We don't need path. So we validate the image. Next, we validate only the description because this is going to be required anyway. So we need to move this one and the other one up here. So we validate the request. If we pass this validation, we should store the image inside this variable and then update the validated data and add this key here. I mean, I could actually move this one up here. And if the request is a path, we validate it and then we update the data, the validated data, and then finally we should be able to, let me comment this out, and also the other one. So we should be able to read the validated data like that. But there are a bunch of things we need to consider before move any forward. So if the request has a file, it means that the user have decided to change. The user has decided to change the image that was uploaded before. So we need to delete the other one. And how do we delete this? We should use photo and then the path to grab the old image. So let's figure out grab the image and delete. Right. So we grab the old image. So let's do just old image. And we do request, I don't know, I mean, photo. It's gonna be photo, and then they request the path. So the old images should be in here, and probably we can do like storage delete, yeah, and then just the path that we saved before. So old image, and this one should be able to delete the old image, and then we can move forward and grab the image that is part of the request, save it to the public disk, and then store the path that is returned from this call to this variable, and then when we save it, we just return this. We assign this path to the validated data path. And next, we should be able to dump the entire validated data and see the path of the new image if there is an image. Otherwise, we should be able to only see this one. Next, so we can do what? We can do, instead of photo create, we can just do like photo update. And then we pass to it the validated data. All right, so next we need to return to a different route and follow the pattern of post return get. So post redirect get. Yeah, they don't want that. Right. So let's comment this out and see if it works. Otherwise, we will need to debug. Right, so let's update this photo and then we should probably show a preview of the old image right here. So let's do my image, click upload file, select this one, hit save. Right, so there is a dump debug that we need to get rid of, and it is the first one up here. Right, so let's try again. This thing is really annoying, actually. Every time we used to refresh the page with the server-side routing, and so without inertia and without anything else in the middle, we were able to actually submit again the request. But every time here, I need to refresh the page. I'm not sure if I missed something, but there should be probably a workaround for that. Let's hit save, and we should be okay. Right, fine. The validation failed, and we see the error message right here. So let's try to upload a different image. Very, very big images. We need to figure out this thing actually before 5 key. Yeah, let's upload my 575. Just something. I don't want to upload my allergic reaction face. How big is this one? 1.8 megabyte. Right. It's clearly we need to figure out this thing too, because she's not gonna resize any image. Actually, it's 2 megabytes. And I have some of the images she wants to upload, but I don't think Serena's gonna resize any of these images. All right, let me grab, I don't know, this one, trying car 630. This one, my backflip. Yeah, this one is fine. Right, okay, it seems I have an error. Okay, must be of type string null given, called in where is this bloody error now? Argument 1, file system delete. Right, okay. So what is failing is this delete call, storage delete. Right, it is not deleting the actual image from my storage. What's the problem? Must be of type string null given. Right. So photo path. Let's try and dump the bloody image first. I mean the bloody object first. So I'm passing this through and that should be here. So if the file has a path, we validate the image. Yes, there is an error here because the image validated is inside here, and instead I should call this validated data like that. Save this right here because we create this validated data right up here. Next, if there is a file inside the request, the validated data is where we save this new key called the path, and then we grab the photo of the path, but it says not given. So let me then dump the validated data first to see, and then the also the photo path. I should get the model from here. So let's time dump the validated data and then the photo path. Right, so let's figure out what's going on. Right, so let's upload again my backflip and then save. Right, we have null actually. Maybe. So like we have photo and photo up here. So I bet I have uploaded the model. So I have included the model here. And what's going on? There is a typo. Right, there was a typo right here inside the this placeholder. So let's try again. One more time, hopefully. Okay, cool. We have the path of the old file. We have the new file object, and then we can move forward. Right. So I can get rid of this time dump in the path, and then we can save the path of the old image inside this variable, and then try to delete it from the storage. And next we should be able to create a new image. Let's see if there is anything that annoys my logic. I don't think there is anything. Right, let's try one more time and we should be good to go. Okay, cool. It works, but there is no update for the actual description. Why is that? Let's try to debug this bit. So there is again test. Let's check inside the Vue tab if the form is getting yeah, the form is clearly getting everything it needs to. So, right, so we validate the description. And we said the validation, the description was required. Next, if there is this one, maybe I forgot to move something out. Well, actually, we should be able to see all the file, all the new text and the file that we updated right here after we validate the entire thing. So we should see key value pair with the new image and not. We only have path, we have no description coming out. Why is that? Let's see what I've got. So validate the data, we grab the request, and if there is a description, we just, let's see. So description is bring, right, so photos, props.photo.description, right, that is fine. Let's quickly check if everything is fine. So we should see vModel form.description. I thought we had the entire stuff from the previous try. Maybe something was wrong up here. Stand down the entire request again. What's going on? Let's see. Right, okay, so we have everything. We have updated the image, which is the thing I've just typed. And then what is failing? Validated data. We validate data and we validate description. So here, right, okay, I know what it is. Maybe we do just that. We add the path key to the validated data where we save this stuff. Maybe it's not correct. Well, I'm not sure why. Maybe I'm missing something. Let's see. But that should be Laravel 1.1 stuff. Okay. So we see this thing still, entire request, but I don't want to see that. I just want to see the validated data and the photo path. If there is a request called path, let's see. Maybe I'm just tired today. Let's see. Come on. So one more time, my backflip, let's hit save. Right, so we have both things. We have the description, my update, and then we have the path. And this is the old file. So everything should be fine right here. So let's move to the next one. So this validation clearly went fine. This one went fine. So here I have everything I need to save and update the new model. So the old model. Next, we store the new file inside the storage, and then yeah, here we did something. Maybe we should not, because there is already one up here. Yeah, so down here, the validated data should be the one that I'm expecting to see. But yeah, no, we need to do that. Of course, we need to. Yeah, we need to replace the actual key that it saves from here to the one that we get from this call. Now here we should see both things. So the description that we update and then the file that we change. So hopefully this is the last time we run this one. Right. Right, okay. No, wait. This time dump in the bug needs to go. Right, okay, it is working. Maybe before I didn't type anything inside the form for the description, so it's working. So let's implement this edit link. So we click here and we edit this image or one of the other one. Next, what I want to do is to, is this working? Nope, okay, this is not working. This is not working. And clearly this is not working. So we need to submit a different form when we want to delete the resource. And also, well, for the actual application that we will build, I'm not sure I will use the table format. So first, let's update let's add this link so I can click here and be redirected to the right one. And we should also display the image inside the update, so the edit form. Right, so let's go where? Right, there are a bunch of new files right here. So inside admin, we have photos, which is the main entry point for our models. So it shows a list of models. And here we have the edit link. Right, where should I point this one? Can I do just route and then the name of the route, which should be admin.photo.edit. But this one expects a parameter, so I should say photo.id. Can I do that? Am I in the right one? Yeah, because this one is inside the loop. So if I'm inside the loop, I should be able to access this object right here. Yes, using the variable that we saved. So this placeholder, where we saved for each iteration the single instance of the model. And next we should be able to click this edit link and see the form that we created earlier. So let's update this page. So the application is actually a single page application, but of course, every time you click the refresh button, it needs to refresh the page. So let's click on edit, and no, this is not part of the reactive, not the reactive, this is not part of the single page application because I'm using the anchor tag. Instead, I should use the link component and wait a minute. Not link, no, this is not link, this is just link. And then we should have it too, I think. And link like that. The indentation of this format is honestly terrible. Right, so let's go indent this thing a bit differently. So do two with vbind, and then we have the class, and then this one like that. All right. So now this one should change the experience to a single page application because we are using the inertia link component. Let's go back. Let's refresh the page and then see it is refreshing anyway alone. And then see if this link is actually now, because I need to refresh the page also here. I feel the rendering time for this single page application when I'm using Dogger and the and Sail, it is not as fast as it was when I used to work locally using the PHP actions. This one it is not working. Right, okay. It is not working, maybe the to attribute is incorrect. Well, let's see, we have no link up here. Link, href, all right, link is still, it is still using href, is not using the to attribute, so href. So let's give it a second to recompile. And we should be good to go. Yeah, right. Give me a second. Okay. Now, when I click to this link, we should be redirected and the page should not reload. And it's clearly not reloading. But there is like this progress bar up here. I think it's nice. Right, let's see what's going on next. We need to actually display the old image inside this form so we can see what we want, what we are editing. And of course, for the real application, we need to figure out what kind of look we want to give to the application when we start building it, actually. So, right, so this one is the form for the description. And here we have the other one, which has the label and this div, which shows the entire upload thing. So I am probably going to use, well, this should be inside here. Let me do this. So let me do a new div grid and grid calls. What was it? Grid calls to, and then add another div here, and then we can call it preview, where we put the image png, and then we use the viewpoint and grab the image from the storage folder. So this is, I mean, the actual link that we hit when we construct the entire path of our file. And then the file is located to photo and then inside the path. So on the path, right, should render the image correctly, this one. And next we should move this thing up here. Okay, and let's see if this is the correct class grid. Right, so probably the class for the tailwind grade is wrong. Let's check for grid. Grid. How the rows, out of columns. Grid template columns, yes, this is the right one. So grid calls for, and I want 2, so the class is correct. Gap 4, yeah, grid calls for, and instead I said grid calls 2, grid calls 2. Well, there is 1 element and 3 elements, right? So let's move this thing. Well, where should we move this? We have the div, yeah, down here. All right. So we should be able to see the grid now. Am I wrong? Yes, am I wrong? I am wrong. Right, let's do quickly display flags. Maybe the class D flags is from, is it from, yeah, it is from Bootstrap. So just flags. But grid class should work. I mean, I'm not sure why it's not working. We'll figure out that later when we actually start building the real application. But for now, I don't care. And it's not working neither yet, the flags. It's not rendering because probably the compilation still has to complete. Yes, okay. So this is clearly too small for now. I was expecting to see 2 columns of equal size, but let's go back here. Wait a minute. Bear with me. Right, so grid template columns, grid calls 1, 2. So 2 columns of 1 fraction. Oh, it's what I want to do. So div and div inside this one, which has the grid. Right. Maybe before it didn't finish the compilation, and that is why the grid didn't work, because I have 1 and 2 elements, and the 2 classes are correct. Maybe this is the parser that keeps the saving process on hold. Yeah, it was still compiling all the assets. Now it says that the compilation is done. So let's refresh the page. We should be able to see 2 columns. and we are not seeing the columns that I was expecting to see. Let's see why. Grid, well, I mean, yeah, the grid template, it is clearly correctly placed, unless the save button, it is aside, so it shouldn't bother us. Oh, yeah, guys, I love Bootstrap, and this is actually the second time I win them. Maybe I am missing something. Well, we can figure that out later. I mean, it's not a problem, but I mean, I kind of want to fix that. I don't want to leave like that. The image taking too much space, or what? We have this label for the photo. We can actually get rid of this label. I mean, why you bastard are no is not working? You bloody hell! Right, so grid calls to, and this is a grid, but actually the grid has something. Even the flex, flex was working clearly, but grid calls to. Let's check again the documentation. So I mean, it says that to use this one, we only need to type that grid and grid calls 3 with a gap, which is this one, a grid. Then inside here we have call span 2 for spanning two columns, and call span 2 again, and it spans these two columns. But then row. I mean, this creates 4 rows, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the grid 4 flow is column and gap 4. And clearly the one that I need to use, grid out column. Let's try this one. Let's grab this bit of code. I mean, I'm not sure why it is not working in Tailwind right now. It doesn't make any sense. We have two elements right here, 1 and 2, and you need to compile these assets and actually make them work. No. Okay, yeah, now it's working, but clearly not what I expected. Let's select the other one. So this is the image, and this is the div that is clearly stretched too much. Can we reduce the size of the image and just do like, and see if it grabs the size on its own? We do width of, I don't know, 300. Okay, now the grid is clearly too small, autocalls max, but grid works. So let's try again, grid calls to. Saving photo editor view, getting code action from Vue3 is lint and view language features follower. But takes ages to do that. Why? Refresh the page. Oh, finally. Okay. So finally this working. This image, it's taking the space that I was expecting it to take. But now let's see if I get rid of this one. I mean, I already done that. I don't know why it is not responding clearly to my inputs. VS Code does something wrong where it clearly doesn't like this Vue3 Volar language, or probably is misconfigured. And it takes really, really too long to start the compilation. And actually need to go eat something, but that is what I wanted to say. All right. So we can do like a bit of padding right here around the image. And next, I mean, we are good to go and we can start thinking about how to implement the deletion of one of the resources from the database. What the fuck? Are you not? Yeah, it is not compiling really fast. Why not? Come on. I mean, if this compilation keeps going like that, I must figure out how to fix this stuff because VS Code is clearly has clearly something wrong and it's not liking the Volar or whatever formatter the view files it's using. So okay, so this is fine. We can click update, so instead of save, let's write update, and pretty much that's fine for now. Okay, we're done. Right. Okay. So the next thing we need to figure out is how to delete one of the resources. But in Laravel, what I would do is normally uh, create a form and next submit the form and point to a route which deletes the file and deletes the resource and the file from the storage. So the route is going to be like route, and it should listen to the delete method, and then we need the same path that we have here. Next is same closure, and it is actually the same closure because we need to have placeholder for the ID of the model, and next we need to delete the model. And how do we delete the model? We need to figure out, I mean, actually to delete the model, we simply do that. In Laravel, we do like photo delete. But, and that's fine. But before, we need to grab the photo and delete also the photo from the database because we are deleting the entire photo. So that's the point. We are not just deleting the image from the record from the database, but we need to get rid of the image. So maybe we should think later when we start actually building the real application that we might want to move photos that we delete and we do like a soft deletion. So we implement a soft delete method, and we are not actually deleting for real all the images but from the database, but we keep them in kind of trash area before the user actually decides to delete them. Or we can even think about implementing a 30 days time, and then after that time is gone, all the photo inside the trash gets deleted automatically. So we can just start a cron job and do that maybe. So let's remove the photo from the storage. So we do storage, delete, and then we should pass the photo path. I don't like calling this photo because every time I keep thinking, when we start building the application, do we want to have two different models for this kind of media data types? I mean, we have images, we have photos, we have videos. Both of them are actually media types. So we could have a single model called media, and no matter what you update, what you upload, it can be either an image or a a movie, or so a video file, and we can figure out probably from the type of file we are uploading what kind of file we are dealing with, and then based on that we could say, for instance, it is video or it is a photo. So in case we want to have a filter, I don't know, I need to think about that. So this is something that we need to put in the plan, so in the backlog. So let's do storage delete and then remove the photo file from the storage, and then before moving to the next step we delete the photo. But next we need actually to redirect the user somewhere, or our window will hang on a blank page. So storage delete, photo path, photo delete. So we remove the photo from the storage. We delete the record from the database, and we redirect user back to the list of photos. So photos page. Right. So how do we implement that? Where we implement that? We need to move the attention right here. So here we want a form that we can use to delete one of the resources. So we do form, and the form it's gonna be like the same, of like identical pretty much. I mean, just the what we call here to submit the form actually. So let's grab what we've done here. So form at submit. So we call the submit event. So so unsubmit. So this is one of the JavaScripts event form submit prevent form.post, because we cannot do a delete request from here. Yeah, I think this is not going to work. We need to do the same thing we've done before, and the route is gonna be called delete, and it clearly needs to accept an ID, so a parameter, and well, inside here we only need to put the button. The bottom of type submit, and then we do delete. Let's see, let's add some classes. I don't remember on any of the classes of Tailwind. So BG Red, yeah, thanks. We got the VS Code that is helping us. So we do like light red, reddish. So we delete the actual element, but we need to perform this action from where? From here. And yeah, we need to submit this form from here. So we need to kind of same thing we've done here. We use the form, so we import the use form function from inertia. Next, we need to use it, and we need to set up. We need the setup function. We actually need to. Is it? Yes, it should be just a function, and then const form. We update this to a method called delete, and that's it. I think. No idea if this is gonna work or not. So I don't need to pass to it anything. I only need to update the method to delete, I think. So we create form and then the form object using the use form method function. And then this function is gonna just update the method that we need to use. So because this route here, the one that we just defined, will only respond to delete requests. So we need to add a name to this route, otherwise it's gonna work. Delete. Right. Next, so we deleted the old file. We delete the record and then we return back. So this is not going to show me any feedback before actually deleting this one. Oh yeah, we need to return the form, otherwise we cannot use it. So this is the composition API, a composition API thing. And I've been reading through the documentation of Vue3. I haven't got time to read everything in depth, but I know that we could do like something setup. So we could use another bit called setup, and this is to simplify some of the things that we would do otherwise using the script method. And because if we pass this setup attribute, we could get rid of this. So this function here and just write this thing, and we even never have to return anything from this function because it actually pass everything through to the template automatically. But I haven't tested it yet, so I'm not sure it works. So we will figure that out later. So what's wrong? Maybe the formatter is not cleaned something. So we have set up function. We return this form from here, use form, and we use form also here, use form, yes. What's wrong, dude? Top level declaration. Have I changed something accidentally? No. Well, actually, sometimes it's weird. It gets rid of all the errors on its own. Right, okay, so if we click delete, we should be able to delete the resource, but we have two deletes. This one needs to go. This one inside the bottom needs to stay. We do like px2 and let's do 3 and py 2. And I need to read the documentation to create actually a real button. Right, so let's first make this thing work, and then we will figure out all the styling. Right, so we have this ugly button. Right, so when I click this, we should get rid of the image without any feedback. And we clearly and successfully have get rid of the image. So I'm just refreshing the page really quick and see again if we can delete this. And of course, okay. So let's try to create a new resource. Again. And then let's upload again one of these images. All right, okay, cool. So the entitled operation it's working. Let's first check how many files we have inside the storage folder, and then we will make some changes to this. Storage up public. So we have profile photos, so that's fine. Placeholders, it is the one we created in one of the first lessons. And we have a bunch of files here. Right, I have no idea what they are. Let's see if one of the images that we uploaded is still in here. Yeah, get rid of this one. Where it is. I think these are a bunch of old images that we have inside this. Yeah, that's the first image we had a bunch of time ago. Let's delete some of this stuff from here. And we have placeholders anyway for all the photos that we downloaded from the Lorem Pixum website with all the placeholders. So we actually can just get rid of everything in here and see if when we upload one of the image, we actually delete a new image, we delete the old one. So let's get rid of everything in here. Right, good. So let's figure out if it works. So now we should see like a broken link here. Yes, cool. So let's get rid of this one. Let's create a new element. So my new photo, and then let's see, save. Right, okay, cool. So make this one, let's make this one like a model. Let's figure out if we have some component from Tailwind that we can use. Actually, just 5 minutes because I need to go eat something. I know I said that like 15 minutes ago. This is how it goes when you work on something you like. Model, let's find in the page. So models, there are two results. So the second one is the one we want. And we do have a nice model that we can use and implement. Only one is free, the others are all paid. So let's grab the Vue code. We could actually make this a component. Actually, I think I only need. So it is importing a bunch of stuff from Atlas UI View. Do I have this stuff already installed? I don't need the import to import the ref, I think. What about the exclamation icon? Yeah, I think this, I need this one. Dialog, ref, I don't need the ref. Because I think this is not required. But let's just grab this one. Let's grab the entire code. And it is Vue3. Yes, it is Vue3. So let's make a component, or wait a minute. We have many components actually already in place. And one of the component, maybe it is a model, dialog model. Okay, we do have something already from Jetstream. Thanks, Taylor. So we need to figure out how to use this model, dialog model. So this one, it is expecting what? So emits close event, the component that it is using its model. So it is using the model component. Show max width, closable, close. Well, how do you call this one? So let's find the model component. So model component, where are you? All right, so this is the original component. So it is using teleport and transition, live active. So it's using a bunch of stuff from various places, I think. Watch, show, immediate, through. Okay. Right. We have even different classes that we can call, maybe to, yeah, for different sizes of our window. So our model window. Where do you call the dialog model? So first, how do you call the method? The model, how do you import, how do you use it? The dialog model, it expects a show and a max width and closable and this close method like that. And then inside it defines a bunch of stuff. And this is the dialog model. The original one, what it does, transition, and then there is a slot here. I don't think the style is nice. The dialog model probably is the one we want. It has a footer where we could put like our form. So we just refer to this slot, then has another one for the title and another one for the content. How do you import the dialog model? From where? Action message? I think the update profile has some of these components. Validation error, snap, model, label, form selection. Let's find in the folder. Right, okay, confirmation model. The confirmation model and the dialog model, both of them use the model component. And when they use it, well, they do a bunch of stuff here. I think this stuff, I think I need this stuff. Because I can use, I mean, I could use the default model, but then I need to figure out some of this stuff. I'm quite sure that when you just call this dialog model, you need to pass just a show. I'm not sure how to use it. And the confirmation model, where is it used? Nowhere. No. Well, somewhere it needs to be used for sure. When I update the profile, so inside the profile page, update password form. I'm quite sure somewhere we have a model. Right, let's find it. Right, we have the delete user form, which is something very similar to what we want to do. So we import the jet dialog model, and this is the dialog model. We pass it to the components. Next, what? So confirming user deletion is set to false, and then the form, this inertia form. So we create an inertia form with the password for, yeah, probably this is a required one. We want to confirm the deletion of a resource. I mean, this is not going to be our case. I don't want to ask her the password every time she wants to delete one of the photo. But confirming user deletion, delete user, close model. Let's try. Where it is? Jet stream action. Yeah, we got this one. All right. And inside it, we have a bunch of stuff. Okay. So let's try to use it and do that. So in here, what I want to do is use this one. So jet action section. No, it's not. It's not that one. It's the jet dialog model, and then show and close. So these are two things that we need to figure out. So jet dialog model. We open it, and then we need to. We need to have a confirming user deletion node. It is going to be confirming photo deletion add. Yeah. And then the close model method. We need to figure out what to put in here, but first we just add this title. We have two closures. We need this close model and this confirm photo deletion. How do we implement this stuff? We of course need to import the dialog model like that. Seems there is an error. We have an error in the markup. TD, and then we have this one, and this one should be, we deleted one of the TD. Yeah, one more. Okay, TD and TD gets deleted right here, and then TR gets deleted up here. Oh my god, this indentation is driving me crazy, guys. What's going on? TD form. Alright, let's move this inside here for now. And it is not formatting anything, it's weird and terrible, but so we import this and we need to import this inside of the components. Then confirming user deletion is set to false. And then we have this, when we click on the model, we change the value by calling this method here. It uses this timing function, but we don't really need it. We need only to create a model like that. And we need to fix the markup as well. Figure that out in a minute. Maybe. So the TD is in here. The indentation is weird. So the just trim dialog, it should be inside this TD. Then the anchor tag. Oh my god, yeah, there is a mistake, guys. I moved this up here, but it is already in here. Right. Let's save this, and now we should get rid of the error. Right, okay, now what we need to do is actually, so the jet dialog model is fine. We need this confirm deletion. And also, and this is a method. I mean, this is not a method. This is actually, when do we call this confirming deletion? Confirm deletion. Right, when do you call this method? And I know that we can mix these things, but I don't like that. Let's try inside here. We don't need these. Yeah, we do need these. So I can do everything in here using this approach. If I'm not wrong, I should be able to do const confirming photo delete photo. I don't remember the code. Confirm photo deletion. Confirm photo deletion, which is set to false. Next. I need a method called, when do we call this method, guys? Confirm and confirming, yeah, two different things. And so the dialog model and the button are in two different places. Right, okay. So it seems I only need the show confirming user deletion. Declared must be initialized. Confirm is declared but never initialized. I don't think I've declared the confirm anywhere. Right. Let's return this so that we can use it. And what else do we need? We need this function close model. And the function close model should be identical to this one. So this one, confirming user deletion set to false, and this form.reset. But we don't have any form, we don't have forms to reset, I think. But maybe this is how the model works. I need to actually inspect this a bit closer to understand what it's doing, but close model is called by this method, that is by this event. So the click event, when you click on this button inside the footer, you can close the model. And then there is a danger button, which actually submits the deletion. So click delete user, and then it does everything it should. And even there is even this disabled in form processing, so you cannot click on the delete button more than once. But click model, so this delete model might need this one. I might need to import the button as well. So the dialog model, it needs two things. This be bind on the show attribute and a boolean. It wants a boolean. So confirm photo deletion. It is a boolean and it's set false. Right. So by default, the model should not open. Next, when we click on the close model, we should trigger a call to this one, confirming user deletion. Okay, it is the same one, confirming photo deletion. Let's do that. So for now we match the things, so figure out how to make this work. Then we can change to a different naming convention if we want. Okay, we have this one, so this, thanks to the composition API, it should be available right here. And then I need, yeah, okay, I got it. And then we need this closed model. The closed model is called by that event, and it should be where? Also the method, we should put the method in here. And then we don't have access to this, but we can access this variable directly inside the setup function. And we click this and we put the one. But we cannot call this form.reset, but we could call form reset. And then we need to pass, we need to return this one. So we have these three things that we are returning from the setup function, and I don't know if this is going to work or not. Let's try. There is an error, close model. Right, it says it wants these semicolons. And then there is another error. I mean, as far as the compilation goes, I won't bother about that. There is an error. Let's see if this is the last thing. Yeah. So confirming photo deletion false form reset. It says there is an error here, close model. Why? Maybe there is some typo somewhere. What is it? I should be able to adjust this one in here. Anyway, this error doesn't have anything with the user. It says that it expects a semicolon. Where do you expect it? Hmm. Model build failed. Yeah, okay. Missing semicolon. What the fuck? Give me a second. Yeah, I know what it is. So in here, it doesn't like this. Let's see if I was correct. No? Yes, yes. In here, it doesn't like the syntax that I was using for creating a function. But it seems it doesn't like even this one. Let's see if the compilation is going. Come on. I have a bunch of errors, old errors. Yeah, the compilation is working fine now. Even if I see that there is an error here. I mean, what do you expect is already in place? So I bet this is an error from VS Code. Let's see if we can see anything here. So jet dialog model is not defined. Okay, better error, much better. Jet dialog model is in here, and I forgot to import the component. So jet dialog model here. Right. So let's try again. Maybe the completion wasn't complete yet. I mean, now it is successfully and everything is green, so we should be good to go. Okay. There is no edit button now. What the heck is that? I mean, no delete button. And probably because I deleted something from here. This is what we have inside the model. But what should be the name of the button that we need to use to actually trigger the model? Where do we trigger the model? So delete content. Alright, so confirming user deletion, right. But how do you know what user I want to delete? It is this one, alright, okay. But the model, it is not shown. Let's see. So we set this to true. So we should be able to see the button because the visual, so the show attribute was turned off, I think. Let's refresh quickly the page. Quickly, I mean, it is not very quickly. Right, I cannot see the button. And probably because there is no button here because of the teleport start and end. So confirming photo deletion, it is set to true. And that means show confirming photo deletion, it is set to true. I'm not sure why I cannot see this. Yeah, because we missed this bit. All right. So we need this one because jet danger button with which we need to import. Then on click confirm user deletion, delete account. That should trigger the opening of my model. Confirm user deletion. Okay, I got it. Was just silly. So that should be false. We need two methods, one to open and one to close the model. Methods, okay. This is not using decomposition API, but I'm using it. So let's create a method. Const confirm photo delete. I don't like this, but for now, in real life, I won't do that. I mean, I don't like the way I'm calling this method. Do you need that? I don't think you need. Yeah, in fact. So confirm photo delete, and when we are in here, what we do this confirm user delete, so we just change this to true. We could do that in line without having to do make a model, a method. But, and this is a constant, I shouldn't be able to change its value. I mean, yeah, I cannot reassign value. But instead of doing this, could I just do confirming photo deletion set to true? I think so. Let's import the button first. Danger button, which is this one. And it should be already styled, so I don't need to do anything to make it nice. And then let's import the danger button inside here. There are a bit of steps that we need to do. I think more than what we used to be comfortable doing with Laravel. So jetstream dialog model, it is in here, and then the button is in here. We need to use the button, which is this one. Let's put this button right here, because the model is hidden, of course, and it only appears when we click on the button that should be in charge of making it visible. Right, so delete account, we just say delete. And then we save. If the compilation goes fine, we should be able to see, come on, no errors, and we should be able to see the button. Right, seems there are no errors. Right, okay, we got the delete button, but when I click on it, it is not opening the model. Let's see why. So click on delete, and it is very slow today. Everything is slow. How can you, I mean, there is some problem in here. I cannot see the Vue tab anymore. Maybe my browser is going crazy, guys, or my internet connection is just dropping. So confirm using deletion was assessed during render but is not defined. Wait a minute. But it is not defined. Yeah, okay, I know what it is. This is the composition API. I still get you. I mean, I'm not yet get used to it. I need to get used to it, but I'm not yet used to it. So we need to return this method call. Otherwise, we cannot call the method from the template. And this is actually very, very, very painful, because come on, I cannot do that every time and remember to do that every time. It is a pain. But if I change to the setup with the setup script, I'm not sure I can call the methods and the props as I used to call them. Again, same error, and the view tab is gone. Not sure why, but Brave is not Brave today. So confirm user deletion was accessed during rendering, but no. Yeah, fuck me. Confirm photo delete. My god, I'm doing so many stupid things today. I'm a bit tired and I'm angry. But, I mean, this is a new world, an unexplored world. It is what it is. And just last thing, oh my god, it's half an hour gone since last time I said the last 5 minutes. And I've done pretty much nothing, because I mean, this is nothing. In real life, you won't be able to spend all this time like refreshing page all these times. I mean, it is getting really, really frustrating. What the heck do you want? Confirm use deletion where it is. Fuck you. Bloody hell, again, come on, save this fucking file, dude. Yes, code, you are killing me. Honestly, really, really pissed off. So pissed off with VS Code today that, come on, refresh this page and make this thing work. Right, something is wrong. There are a couple of errors, but none of this has to do with my model. But the model doesn't work. All right, I'm done, guys, for tonight. I will figure that out probably behind the scenes and tell you what happened and why I'm not seeing the model opening. And I need to study the component a bit more, and it's getting really late today. So let's just stop the video here and let's see you in the next video. And we will finish the implementation of this model. But everything works actually, no? Because we have the full crude implementation. The only thing that remains to do is actually make this bloody model work. So I'm not sure how it works. I need to inspect the component a bit more. I need to reflect on things and not feel the pressure of having to go. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys, and like the video if you liked it, or thumb down if you don't. Cheers, guys.